Welcome everybody, Farm Sim Snowy here. In this video we're going to look at a new mod map released for Farming Simulator 19. This is the Great Lands of Europe by AGModding. Now I'm pretty sure this came out last week, I think. And then it suddenly disappeared off the mod hub before I could even get a chance to look at it. But it is back. It is 188.20 megabytes to download. And it says, the Great Lands of Europe is a fictional map inspired by the plains and landscapes of Europe. Large vehicle maps. 1 breeding farm, cow. 1 points of sale, sleep function, fast forward time. Resetting vehicles on the farm. Now it's obviously had some issues, which I guess why it got removed from mod hub, because it's back and it has a changelog already of 1.0.0.1 and it says textures modification and modification of houses. So let's go and check it out. And here we are. This is where you start off in all 3 modes. This is the map. It's not a huge map. It's got some quite big fields on there and there's quite a bit of forestry on there. So we start off over here at a farm, or in new farmer mode it is our starting farm. I am in new farmer mode, and in new farmer mode, brace yourselves, we start off with all this. Now most of this is the sort of outside of the map, if you want to call it that, and the sell points and a few of the forestry areas. So what I'll do is if I click on that, you can now see what fields we start off with in new farmer mode. Now straight away, this outside of the map, if you want to call it that, is worth 7.8 million. So you could in essence sell that off and make 7.8 million, but that farm is part of that, so just be aware of that. So we start off with fields 1, 7, 22 and 29, but oddly enough we've got a couple of numbers, 30 here, which are green, which all I can tell is that is just forestry area, so I'm not sure why that's got a number there. And 17, I thought maybe this whole area was field 17, but it's not. We don't actually own this field. This is a separate field. Possibly 17, you'll see in a second, could be part of the cow pasture, which is here on our main farm. But it's a little bit odd, but then it leaves this field with no number, so I'm not quite sure what that is all about. So like I said, there is a fair bit of forestry dotted around the map if you wanted to do that, and we pretty much start off owning all of that area as well in new farmer mode. If you come on here and farm manager and start from scratch, you don't own anything. You don't own the outside of the map, no fields. The farmhouse is there on the map, but it's not, it doesn't show up as an icon here, if that makes sense. But it does allow you to use both the cow pastures in farm manager and start from scratch without owning the land. But obviously this farmhouse icon does not appear on the map, but the farmhouse is there as a building, if that makes sense. The farm silo, instead of being white like that, it is orange, as if it was a sell point, so I'm not sure what that's all about as well. And obviously if you wanted to come on here in those 2 modes to buy this farm area, it's part of this outside of the map, which is 7.8 million. So again, that's a bit hefty. There is only a couple of sell points on here. So we have one down here which is just for milk, and we've also got a shop, animal dealer, lime station and a fuel station, and then up here we've got 2 more sell points. One's a main sell point, the other one's for bales and does eggs, wool and cotton, if I remember rightly. We'll check them all out as we go round though. So yeah, we've got a cow pasture here, and we've got a cow barn, if you want to call it a barn, on our farm. There is no custom crops. As you can see, the silo that is on our main farm is only 100,000 litre capacity. We do have some crops in there on new farmer mode. So there's your 3 sell points. As you can see, Unil is your main sell point. Takes all your standard crops plus potatoes, sugar beet and sugar cane. Laterie is just a milk sell point. And then Commerce de Bestial, I've probably murdered them, so apologies. That, like I said, does cotton, eggs, wool, and then all your grass, hay, straw, silage, loose or in bales. There is no BGA on here as well, so bear that in mind. There is contracts available, some of them pretty good paying out, as you can see. But then there is some quite big fields. Didn't show you any of the field prices, did I? So field 3, I think, is probably the biggest field on the map, and that is 1.3 million. 16's quite hefty as well for 994. Got a couple of smaller ones like 11. That's 115,000. 6, 163, so on and so forth. So that is it. That is pretty much the map. I think I've covered all those areas. If we spin round, you can see all our starting equipment like that. So let's go through the slot counts. So the slot count is the same across all 3 modes because you start off with all the same equipment. The only difference being, like I said earlier, in Farm Manager start from scratch, you don't start off with any land. So it's 363 slots out of 1299. If you want to sell off all of this equipment, you can get that down to 279 slots, so not too bad. But we start off with a Case Puma 185 CVX, the New Holland TX32 harvester, TKD 302 trailer, header for your harvester, the Horsch cultivator, the Vaderstat Spirit, 3 meter seeder. We've got a cow pasture which holds 50. That's the one further down the road, not the one at our main farm. That shows as a mod. And we've got a modded in bunker silo medium, which is here on our main farm. In terms of modded in items, I think there's only 2, which is the large cow pasture even, which is at our main farm, which holds 200. And in silos, that is just that medium bunker silo which we saw earlier, like so. That is all of it for the modded in items. Just checking my list. That's it, I think. Right, first of all, if we come up here, this is our farmhouse. Sleep trigger's just about here. I think that house is around the wrong way really, because this is the entrance in. If we run round this side, which is more like the rear of the property, we've got the house number there and what looks more like a proper door, but the sleep trigger's not here. So that's probably just me being finicky. Got a nice open shed for storage, and we've got a workshop trigger here at our main farm. Obviously it's said in the description as well, the reset point is here back at the main farm, which is pretty smart. If we let's go this way, got a sort of little bit of storage there. Our silo is in here, but it's over this side. You can't open that door, so you're gonna have to sort of back in and tip into there. So could be a little bit fiddly, but should be okay. Then your pipe out is just there. Can't see any lights or light switches in these buildings, so you can use this as a bit of storage if you want. As with this, which is quite big, this one, we've got another door down there. We've also, there we go, got a solid shelf sort of platform. Probably store some bales or pallets up there. like so. This is all just decoration down here. Run back this way. It is a little bit dark. It's quite, I skipped through to 10 o'clock. It's a little bit hazy, but I do quite like the look of that. Let's go over this way now. Forgive me if I'm bumbling along a bit. We've got another nice open shed there. We've got a bunker silo here. If I put the help menu on, there you go. That's that modded in one. And then we move into the sort of cow pasture items. So that's your slurry collection point, because you got your pit just there. The manure pit is just there. I haven't tested all this, but it seems fairly obvious to me. Then we come into the cow barn pasture. Your feed and your straw triggers are here. We've got a huge open, well, semi-open I suppose with this door, shed again. Your milk point is right up in this corner. It's quite dark in here. Again, there's no lights in here. Your dialogue box for your cows is just here, like so. Like I said, that's 200 cows. We can open this gate. They all appear out here, and then they sort of go round in a U shape round the other side of this building. Your water trough is just there. And that is pretty much it for the cows, I believe. So yeah, they wander all the way through up into here. So you can see what I mean about the 17 were kind of right on it, but it doesn't show when you got field info on. It doesn't show that it's a field. If we go to there, look, this is the other field that surrounds our farm. It's owned by someone else. So not quite sure what to make about that. Anyway, we're going to jump in this tractor and we're going to head off and do the tour of the map. Shouldn't take us too long. Oh, one thing I wanted to show you, actually, you can see the wind turbines. All these sort of grey boxes on the map, they're all the wind turbines as far as I can tell. There's another one there and here, and you can see them in the distance there, and you can see it looks quite hazy, sort of misty. Whether that's always like that on the map, I'm not sure, but it's quite a, you know, I like it. It's sweeps down and then it sweeps up. It's got a nice distance texture. Right, let's stop here, turn that off, because we're now at the cow pasture, which is here. So there you go, you can see the wind turbines down there. Just at the gate here we've got our dialogue box, and this is the 50 cows pasture. I haven't tested this again, but this is fairly straightforward, I would imagine. I'm assuming this is your feed trough. This is going to be your water trough, because that is the only two obvious items. It's not a very big cow pasture. It just literally comes up round and then up there, and that's it. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of forestry behind it, and we own that in new farmer mode, so you could clear that, make another field, do what you want. Now this is just a pasture, so the cows here, they will not produce any manure, no slurry, no milk. They don't have a cleanliness bar, and they don't require straw. So it's literally just water and their feed, TMR, or if you want to go down the silage route, whatnot like that. So that's your cow pasture. And then we'll head on down to the area where the shop is. There's quite a few things on top of each other down there. You do get a sort of Polish vibe about this map. I don't know if that's just the darkness. Because some of the Polish maps are quite dark, but no, but driving around it, there is quite a few of the Polish maps that are similar sort of feel to this. So we need to turn left here. A few trees overhanging, but nothing major. We go through a sort of little, I wouldn't say village, but residential area, which again is one of the bits that we own, the outside of the map. There's quite another huge shed there, possibly a water point there. I'll carry on down. You can see all the trees scattered around the map. It's definitely not completely flat. It's got some nice lumps and bumps in the right places. So yeah, this is the, well, I was going to say field 30, but it's the 30, which is just trees as far as I can see, and it doesn't look very flat, so you'd probably just be clearing those trees and that'd be it. The edge of the map, the end of the map, is just over there. And if we jump out here, this is your milk sell point, just there, only takes milk. You've got your shop icon menu just there. We've got another workshop trigger just in this zone, and then up this end we have the animal dealer, which is just here, like so. Obviously only 2 pastures on the map so far, and then we have a lime buy point and a fuel point. The fuel point's not hugely obvious, but it was there. It did come up for me when I drove in there and filled up the tractor earlier. So that is that area. I'll just quickly show you what we did on the map. So we came out the farm, we came down, checked out this cow pasture all the way along here, turned left there through the little residential area along past 30, and then we're in here. Now we're going to come out, we're going to take this road all the way up and take in these 2 sell points, and that should be it. So pretty straightforward tour. And there's a bit of storage down in this area as well if you needed to use it. I haven't seen any traffic on this map. Come on here a couple of times just checking things out, and obviously now on the tour there's no traffic by the looks of it, so that might please some people and it probably won't please other people. Everyone's got their own opinions. If you're more realistic, then I guess you would want the traffic. But I think you might come a cropper a little bit here and there if you're using big machinery for some of these big fields, because some of these trees are a little bit close to the road. So just bear that in mind. So as you can see, we're sweeping up. If you look out, it does look quite nice, the mistiness. Again, I know that's probably not gonna please everyone, and maybe after a while it might get a bit annoying, but so left into here, it's like some sort of one-way system. Can't remember what map I saw this on a little while ago, this setup. If you come round, your main sell point is just here, like so. Which was all for your main crops, blah blah blah, and then this bit here is for, that is commerce de bestiole, that was for your cotton, eggs, wool, and then your bales or your loose silage, grass, hay and straw. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the map. That is the Great Lands of Europe by AGModding. So I hope you have all enjoyed the map tour. If you have, please give us a like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, then please do, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.